welcome back. I am at home. I'm ready to start. I have so much to talk to you guys about today, so I'm ready to get started. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. I have a contest going on. If you want the details, go see my video about the contest in the description. But basically, you just have to subscribe and put in the comments subscribe so I know to enter you into the contest, but check out that video. So guys, I'm ready to get this conversation started. So if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's do it. Such a big topic of conversation, so I have notes written in my phone. So if you guys see me reading or you're looking down at my phone, I took notes because I don't want to miss any of the stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. So a lot of Uber Eats, DoorDash, Grubhub, anybody who's in the gig world right now, this has been a hot button. A lot of YouTubers have been bringing this up lately, so I thought I would actually join on the bandwagon because it's something that's near and dear to my heart, and I think it's near and dear to anybody in the gigs world heart. So we're going to talk about the word tipping. I know it's something that's been a hot topic lately because I feel, and it's just my opinion, and guys, these are my opinions, and you might not agree with my opinions, and that's okay. We all have different opinions on things, so I get that if you might not agree with my opinions on this subject, but I just thought I would share what I think about tipping lately and what's going on in the gig world and how it has affected me and how it's affecting you as well. So first and foremost, we basically, let's face it, we rely on tips, right? So 75% of our salary is based off of tips. Like, that's such a significant amount that we rely on to pay our bills, pay our rent, go on vacations, use it for investing. Like, there's so many different ways and reasons why people do the gig world right now, and everybody's journey is personable. Wow, I can't speak right now. Everybody's journey is their own personal journey, and it gets personal because we have these customers who just aren't tipping, and it's getting to the point where it's happening more and more and more and more. So we're going to kind of breach on that subject today, just because I think it's so important to get that information out there, and these are just my opinions. So let's dive right into what I'm thinking and what's going on in this brain of mine, and we'll kind of go from there. So yeah, so I'm going to be blunt about this topic because I think, and once again, my opinion is, I get that times are hard and there are just so many families and people struggling right now to put foods on their table. I'm going to say, however, that if you're a customer and you don't have a means to tip and you're trying to save money, and I get it, but I don't think you should be using these platforms, and I don't think they're right for you. And the reason why is because we as drivers are so invested into what we do. It's affecting us, and it's also affecting our salary as well. So, and you know, just to give an example, if you go to a bar, back when bars, at least in New Jersey, there's no bars that are open right now, you can't sit at a bar, but anyways, besides the point, that if you sat at a bar for hours and you ran up a $300 bar tab, would you not tip your bartender? Like, that would be insulting, right? Even if you give them a $2 or $3 tip, the bartender would look at you like, are you freaking kidding me? And that's, I think, the way that gig workers view what we do is we value what we do. So when someone doesn't tip us, it becomes insulting and we take it personal because our means is relying on tips. So the bottom line is we're providing you a service that allows you to stay in the comforts of your own home while we go out in rain, we go out in snow. I went out in a tropical storm. There could be any weather event, but we're going out and risking going out so you can stay into the comforts of your own home. And if that's not worth tipping, I really have no idea what you think is worth tipping, because to me, that's a service that anybody should pay for just to have, and it baffles my brain when people don't tip when it is so warranted. So speaking of bad weather, because in New Jersey, I know you've all seen my fantastic videos. If not, you can go back and view past vlogs, but New Jersey has been getting pounded with snow, and the worst thing, at least for me, and believe me, I get it. It was my choice to go out in the snow and to make money, and I cautiously went out in the snow, not during the middle of snowstorms, usually after. But anyway, besides the point again, going off on a tangent, it bothers me that people don't tip during those times. To me, if I were getting a service, I would actually tip more because someone's out there when I don't want to go out into weather elements. So that's the part that I really don't get, is we're making you stay home in bad weather while we're out getting your food. That's kind of the bottom line. So then the next thing is many platforms are getting really good at hiding the no tipping orders. So what I mean by that is if you get a batched order, and I'm making this up, and it's saying that it's $13, at first you're like, yes, $13, that's actually pretty good. $15, that's fantastic. I'm going to take it. But then you do the order and you find out after that they slipped in an order that no one was taking because no one tipped in that order. So you're like, darn, I just freaking got duped by this one. So they're becoming very slick. DoorDash, Uber Eats, at least those are the platforms I can talk to because I work for those platforms, but they're getting very slick. But we're on to them because they really try to slip in those no tipping because no one's taking those orders. So I don't know. I think we're on to you, DoorDash and Uber Eats. I'm just saying. And then this is kind of my final thought on this subject is this is our livelihood, whether it's part-time, full-time, and our time is valuable. That's kind of the bottom line. And I know I value my time, I value my efforts, I value my customer service, and it's worth paying for. So we keep your food hot. We get anything you ask, even if it's last minute. How many times do we get texts from customers saying, get me this, get me that, and we're still getting it? I remember I had this one customer, and I think I said in a past video, that he was so demanding. I was at McDonald's, and he asked for this sauce, he asked for this sauce, oh, don't forget this, oh, don't forget that. And when I got there, there were such specific instructions, walk through a gate, go up the stairs, and to find out, he literally didn't tip anything. So I went through all this trouble for this customer who tipped $0, and I was so freaking annoyed because I went up and beyond to get everything that he wanted, and I got really nothing out of it. So these customers are demanding, and we're providing the service, but we're still not getting tips in return. Anyway, another tangent. But would you not tip your salon? Would you not tip a waitress? Would you not tip a bartender? These are services that people tip for, but I feel like we're, as gig workers, we're kind of feeling that we're not valued because people aren't tipping. At least that's my opinion. I feel like I'm not valued, but I'm not valued because someone's tipping. Someone's basically saying I'm not valuing you because I'm not tipping. I'm already judging you because I'm already thinking you're not giving service. So yeah, I'm not gonna tip you. I don't know. That's just kind of my thoughts. So we kind of sometimes feel like we're the bottom of the barrel. We sometimes feel like are you kidding me? At least that's usually my thing. Like whenever I see like a $2 order, last night I had a $2.50 order come up from Uber, and I just looked at it and I shook my head. I'm like, yep, no, decline. Like I just don't get it. Anyway, sorry, I'm just reading through my notes so I don't forget anything that I actually want to say. Oh, and another thing is customers, they really, I don't think they realize the cause and effect. If they actually just did a regular tip, they would get their food a lot quicker. The people who actually complain that it takes so long to get their food, it's usually because they didn't tip, and no driver wants to take their order because they didn't tip, and you're talking like an hour later finally someone takes an order, or Uber Eats or DoorDash ups the base pay in order for them to get their food. If they just literally got or just tipped somebody, their food would get there a heck of a lot quicker. But sometimes customers don't realize the cause and effect behind what they actually do. So guys, this is kind of my last statement and my last thoughts is the bottom line is tips pay us. It keeps earning us money. It keeps doing what we do. It's, I love what I do. I love the gig world, and I'm really excited to be a part of it. But I just say, like, my head just shakes every time I see a $2 and $3 order, just because I just hit decline, because I value my time, and I think you guys value your time as well. So it bothers me and it baffles my brain and how someone can expect great service for something they didn't pay for, and to have high expectations. So, and I'm just going to leave also with this, is I just can't believe also, and this bothers me as well, is when someone has even $100 order or $200 order and they tip you a $1 tip or $2 tip. It just becomes insulting at that point. So guys, those are kind of my thoughts on the subject. I would love to hear from you. Leave those comments down on the bottom. I would love to hear your opinions on it. To me, this is kind of what I'm thinking is it's ridiculous for people not to tip. That's kind of the bottom line. 75% of our earnings come from tips, and that's why it's so important for customers. And I feel like it's just getting more and more customers ordering without tips, and I don't know what the solution is. I don't think there is a solution, but it's frustrating just as well. So guys, that is all I have for today. Once again, if you want to know about my contest, go down to the description. It's in the description. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you like the contents of this video, give it a big thumbs up. So that is all I have for today. And hopefully the week and the weekend, we're here in the weekend, you guys are safe. And as always, guys, kindness is always free. Peace out.